All right, this is the ad break part. I have to talk here and say something really clever. So, something really clever brought to you by Mithras, or pick your blood god of choice here. Yeah. Woo. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. Yeah.
We are at 5 seconds.
All right. Hey, there we go. Hello, everybody who's watching at home, or if you're watching the VOD later like me, because I forget what I do in these streams. Welcome to Philly by Night. We are a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition game set in the city of brotherly love, shrouded in a world of darkness. I'm going to be your storyteller tonight. The time is a weird soup. Fennec. And just as a reminder, Philly by Night is a Vampire the 5th edition game that does deal with topics such as body horror, final death, use and abuse of disciplines, loss of character agency but never player agency, raised voices, punishments, and a few other things that we may get into on stream here. But with all that fun shenaniganry out of the way, we're going to dive straight in here. So tonight, it is April 20th, 2025. It is a cloudy, cool evening in the city of brotherly love. The winds are going. The Kindred of Philadelphia are not necessarily snuggled in their coffins, but they're comfortable. One by one, members of the Mystery Machine Coterie rouse. We're going to start with our highest humanity first, which would be Micah. You wake up feeling a little hungry, and you go and get yourself topped off, correct?
I do.
You do. Yeah, you had a very successful hunt. You are able to sneak into a local long-term rehabilitative facility, a place where people recover after having like major surgeries and whatnot. You manage to find somebody, get a little sippy sip off of them. You're feeling a little hangry afterwards. Your hunger's down, but choleric resonance, man, it's gonna make you a bit grumpy tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And as you're feeding, thankfully, you do not notice the shadows have not seemed to coalesce into that man with the glowing corona sun eyes staring at you for this time around.
All right.
Yeah. We're gonna bip bop boopity bop over to Pendleton. You wake up with no hunger change. Your beast is sleepy, very calm, and whatnot. What do you do before you get ready to head over to the Coterie Haven to kind of meet with everybody to discuss what you've learned about your most recent mystery into these two fledglings that you all are supposed to find?
Well, kind of gets up, gets ready, grabs the things that he normally takes with him, which is mostly like a sketch pad and stuff like that. That's tucked into a bag. Make sure there's not any random rats in his tattoo shop again. Because he's a tiny bit scared that he has upset them by not having a way to tip them last time. But if everything looks right, he will set out towards the Coterie Haven. He woke up feeling well, so he doesn't need to go hunting. So he'll probably take the long way and make it there.
Mm-hmm. Hey, high or low?
Let's go with low.
Excellent. There appear to be any sort of rat droppings or any sort of rat activity within your vicinity, so all is quiet on the rat union front.
That's good. They don't need them in here being a health hazard in my tattoo shop.
What? No, they would never do such a thing.
They have no choice in the matter. That's the problem with them.
their fingers aren't tiny enough to mess up your inner, conclave, the inner workings of the conclave machine or nothing. It's fine. All right. We will beep up over to Percy because Candy, you're extra hungry, so we're gonna wait on you. Just a little, yeah, hunger for my friend. Yeah. So
That's too
Percy,
many hungers. Why do you take so many hungers?
so Percy, we bounce over to you. You also wake up a little hungry, kind of a little on the I think we said what, hunger 3 for you, correct?
3, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I've written down.
Yeah. So Percy, dear sweet Percy, you are a descendant of Artemis or Thea. You are Ventrue through and through. I think it would be safe to say that nothing quite scares you, does it?
Nah. At least not that they'll admit to.
That's fair. And as you wake up at hunger 3, looming over you is the face of the man who brought you into this life. You are staring directly into those cold, dark eyes of Hades, that kind of gaunt face covered with the dark beard, just staring down at you, disappointment within his eyes, assessing you and finding you wanting.
This girl does not have fight or flight. She only has fight. So sees snarls, reaches over, grabs, I don't know, probably her steak. She keeps both her sword and her steak near her, and just launches out of bed. She doesn't care if this is real or not. She's not stopping to consider that.
It's fine. You will say, I will say, you grab your steak, and as you go to push it through his chest, your hand sort of goes through. You feel this almost as if you're walking through fog, that cold clamminess, and sort of stumble to the other side of your bed as Hades just calmly turns and looks at you. Disappointing as always. And just whoosh. Congratulations. Welcome to your first hunger hallucination at our table.
Well,
yeah.
That is why, and I'm going to say that is why she chooses to hunt tonight.
That's fair. Melano, sensing that there's something wrong with you, kind of wiggles her little, Borzoid body, that noodle hoarseness, like against your legs, kind of scrunching around you in an attempt to make you feel better. And then, yeah, just little body noodle wiggles as you all get ready and go out. It's easy enough with Melano helping you to find a criminal to sort of get them, take what you need to get you back down to Hunger 1. What is Percy kind of thinking as they're having this hunt?
She's trying not to think at all.
That's fair.
At most, she's kind of letting herself go on autopilot, probably kind of thinking about Hades now and working herself into kind of bitter anger that she totally doesn't take out on any potential criminals. That's totally not something she might do.
Yeah, that is fair enough. I will say you do also recall your adoptive sire Demeter. You kind of remember her words about there's a choice you will have to make soon, Percy, and you can't help but wonder if this is like a portents of what is to come. And also, because I forgot, I need your composure and resolve here real quick with this. I will say you will be at Hunger 1 for this. I will be merciful because this was something Fen forgot.
The dice book channel. Where did Box of Doom go? There it is. Yeah. Composer and Resolve 3, 6.
6 is a good pool.
Really good pool. Hunger 1.
Yep.
Go. Roll. 5 successes.
5 successes. That's enough. You are not going to, you will hurt this person, but not enough to like send them to the hospital, and also no issues with your venture thingies as well. So, woohoo! They are not dead. All right. So, we will say you take care of them and you head off to the Coterie Haven like everybody else. Meanwhile, Candy, dear sweet
Yes.
Candy.
Yes.
All right. You have woken up at Hunger 4. The sheets under you in the bed you are sleeping in are stained with your vitae. How does Candy's stigmata manifest? Because it's not always religious. It can be a manifestation of guilt that you carried in life. So how does Candy's particular stigmata manifest here?
Candy does manifest in that guilt. It's one of those things where she gets those memories of how she came into her unlife, because she was, she was a wrestler, back in the 70s and 80s when women didn't really wrestle, but like they were just starting to get that little bit of foothold in, and hated seeing people being picked on, and was one of those people that would go stand up for something and stood up for the wrong person, essentially. Just got into something way over her head. So that thought, that idea of I wasn't able to save them, I wasn't able to help anyone, and I wasn't able to help myself. It all starts to weigh in. Okay. And then, of course, that brings tears, that brings crying, and if leaking the vitae out of everything. So
yeah, so your body essentially becomes this giant bruise, and centered around your shoulders the vitae seems to pour the most heaviest, this weight of the world upon you. And as you are kind of gasping for breath, feeling your beast rocketing forward to the surface, fangs extending, sitting in a chair, arms crossed, it is almost comical this person doesn't fit into this chair. Their body seems just swollen muscles and a shaved head with I'm trying to figure out like a handlebar kind of mustache going down, just staring at you. And it takes you a second and you realize this is Richard, or Dick the Rich, as many of the wrestlers used to call him, one of the guys who managed the place you were wrestling at, and he would be the hardest on you and the other femmes, trying to push you all out, trying to get you to leave because this was a man's sport. And how dare you be here?
Yeah.
He's just crossing his arms and goes, yo, I see you're still fucking up as usual.
Yeah, I don't need your commentary, Dick.
At least I know how to use mine.
That's still debatable in some circles.
Have fun. And he'll mockingly blow you an air kiss with the middle finger before he just disappears as well.
Absolutely. Candy's probably at this point also starting to get angry because every time she sees him or saw him, piss her off.
That's fair. Okay. So you get up, you get dressed. I assume you are wearing several layers of baggy clothes to kind of help hide the fact that you are actively leaking.
Absolutely.
Cool. So you are going to go out to hunt. Go ahead, give me your hunt here, and then we will have you roll a hunger frenzy because you are tasting vitae at Hunger 4.
Because of course I am.
Yeah.
Pant. So my hunt in this case.
Let me pull you up here. No, that is the wrong window.
manipulation, intimidation, and fame, because it's of Cyrus.
Yeah. Go away, antivirus. I didn't mean to click on you. I know you're still running. No, I don't want to do a scan.
Okay.
And difficulty for this will be 3.
Fantastic. And does my hunger roll? I put hunger in that too, right?
Correct. So you would be at 4.
Yeah. And difficulty 3. Got it.
All
Says
right.
it's a success.
Perfect. You are able to get somebody to come hear your stories and to eat on them. Now I'm going to need a hunger frenzy. I believe that is difficulty. It's going to be your humanity, 1/3 of your humanity rounded down. Your remaining willpower. Difficulty for this is going to be, I want to say 3. Let me double check as well. Yes. Okay. And this one
Go ahead.
you don't put hunger in for
That's
frenzy
what I was
roll.
about to ask. Thanks.
You're welcome. I was like, wait, hang on, I forgot to say something.
Is it difficulty 3? Are you still looking?
Yes. Give me one moment here. Hunger frenzy. Yes. It looks like it's difficulty 3 from what I'm finding. And if it's not, we'll fix it next time because we do it live. Ayo! Excellent. You are able to nom on this person and bring your hunger down. That anger from what Richard was telling you about how you keep screwing up and being a Bruja in a new city and trying to figure out the weirdness of the city, just everything is grating at you, almost like sensory overload, but you are able to reel it in and not, unfortunately, put this person in the ground. Or fortunately not put this person in the ground.
Yes. How much hunger does that take down?
We will say, because you were able to make it, I will let you get down to hunger 2. If you go to hunger 1, you would need to call them like an Uber or like an EMT immediately, because that's getting into kind of dangerous blood loss levels.
I will be happy with hunger 2, and if I need to later in the week, I can use my herd.
Sounds good. All right. So yeah, you leave them woozy. They're a little shaky on their legs, but hey, they met one of their idols, so they're happy. And you make it all the way down to the Coterie Haven. Let me see. I have a D4 here to see who's going to get there first. There it is. All right. Micah, you were the one who make it into the Coterie Haven, the large bookstore near the University of Philly campus. You would see kind of busying themselves at the counter, going over the books, is Delilah, the Coterie ghoul. And she'll look up. Good evening, Miss Hoffman. How are you today?
So, Micah is usually like she usually has a very neutral expression on her face. She doesn't smile a whole lot, but she doesn't look not friendly either. But tonight, there's something about her expression that says, "Go away." um, it's very minute, but there is something about her that just says, "Beware." Um, and she comes up to Delilah. Did you finish with my book?
Yes, I am. I'm almost. Well, almost. I just need it for one more citation, but I can. I should be done by the end of this, and then kind of catches your eye and sees that like anger. I'll just ask my roommate to bring it by and just take a photo
Did
of
your
the page I was using.
roommate borrow it?
No, it's been in my study.
Sure
If
to
you're
bring it tomorrow.
right, yes, it'll be here tomorrow. Mix Leclerc is in the study with the I'm just gonna go and scutters off to like go find something to dust.
Also doesn't even let her finish, just kind of turns and slowly walks in and finds a seat somewhere.
Yeah,
Preferably, like, furthest away from everyone and everything.
that's fine. Mix Leclerc, the Tremere, Primogen, and Court Oracle will just see you sit down, kind of do that angry flop that people will sometimes do, and just nod and go back to their board with the various string bits. And we will say next up will be you know what? Sure. Let's go with Candy. Candy, you'll make your way in, see Delilah kind of furiously scuttling about trying to find something to clean and not be in the way.
Dee Dee? Delilah.
Yes, Miss Kane. How can I help?
Where are we all meeting together tonight? I'm just a little bit still waking up a bit.
Yes, and she'll kind of notice that I'm assuming you wore like kind of black sweats and things. Notice that
yeah.
they're kind of clinging a little. No, yes, everyone's in the study, but if you need, she'll kind of point to a door that says basement. There's if you want to get a little not sticky. I don't know if you're sticky or not.
Besides the point. So we're meeting over there?
Yes. I'll go get a towel to put, and just scuttles downstairs to go get some towels to put on the chairs.
No, Candy will go in and see if there is any spare clothes of any sort. Because hopefully by this point it's started to wind down.
Yeah, going back to Hunger One, the stigmata has, but Vitae being a blood-like substance still sticks
Gross.
after dry. Yeah. So yes, there is what looks to be when this Coterie Haven was made, you have like a little like bathroom area that's got mostly like two like kind of very basic communal style showers. And then a little kind of wardrobe rack that has clothes of various sizes hung up or folded underneath it, just as a precaution, because Kindred life is messy.
All right, so yeah, Candy will take the time to be respectful of everybody else's furniture, but she'll do it quickly. Probably be the last one to walk in the room.
Fair enough, yeah, easy enough. So that leaves me. We'll bop over to Pendleton. You make your way in. You would see Delilah. She's no longer carrying towels into the study, but is like trying to keep busy, looking like they are trying to keep out of the way, and she's just like organizing a section of shelves that's clearly already alphabetized and everything, but reorganizing.
Yeah, he will kind of just make his way in. Evening.
Mr. Pendleton, hello, sir.
You okay?
Yes, I just Miss Candy came in sticky. Miss Hoffman is very angry, and I don't know what to do in these situations. There's not really a training manual for these sort of things.
I would advise not acting like a prey animal, but that's hard to practice.
When I was brought on by Mix Leclerc, she said I would get to do research and engage with fellow like-minded individuals, and I'm realizing that does happen. However, there are some personality shifts I need to be aware of at times.
You've hitched your wagon to a bunch of predators. It's going to be touch and go at times, but I won't say you'll get used to it, but they'll get used to you, and it'll be better.
Indeed. Mix Leclerc already got me a case of energy drinks for the month, so in case I need to drive you around. And a lovely gentleman came by. Mr. Carey gave me a present, just in case.
I'm sure that'll... Was Carrie around in the city before? Is he old enough to have been here when Pendleton was before?
The name sounds familiar, but I'm gonna need a wits and intelligence if you really want to
I would
search
like to
your
know.
brain.
Yeah. And as you're doing this, she's like, lovely man, but kept asking me about dimples and lemonade. I think he's been around the block quite a while as something like me, and it might have touched him in the head a little.
Says 3.
The name rings a bell. You do recall that there was before Burke's coup, back when you were still under accounting with Ripjaw, there was a Malkavian ghoul by the name of Mr. Carey, who, well, he was certainly a live wire.
No, I think I remember the man. I'm sure he's lasted this long in a position similar to yours, so I would take his advice on how to survive this, not on maybe other things.
Right, I muted myself. Good to know. Yes. Sorry, Fen had to yell son of a bitch because Fen encountered Mr. Carey as a player and now some things are clicking. Anywho, but Delilah will nod. Yes, good to know. Yes, he seemed real helpful. There might be talks of the news. Anyways, I'm boring you. Mix Leclerc is in the study along with Miss Hoffman. And I believe I just saw Miss Candy come up from the shower area, so thankfully no more sticky.
If we can do anything to make your life easier, we don't want to put too much trouble on you. Let me know.
Don't ask me that. I may ask you to bribe my professors so I can finish my doctorate already.
That will be a harder sell, but not an impossible ask.
And she'll chuckle, and as Pendleton, you're kind of heading in, you would see everybody has kind of arranged themselves. Cyrene is near the board, talking to it, seemingly. And then we will cut back to Percy here, and then I'll have everybody roll for this. Percy, you were the last one to arrive. Melano's little, feet's doing the clickety-click on the hardwood floors as you come in.
Yes, so just make her way in. It's just gonna be a Ventru and ignore the ghoul, because why should she acknowledge the ghoul?
Yeah, and Delilah tries. Oh, Miss Marinos, they're in the stud. You're already there. Understood. Melano will walk in like she owns the place, she makes her way over to like the area that Cyrene has set up for the Familia with a couple comfortable dog beds. Arwen is lounging on one Cyrene's Familia. Melano will pick the most expensive looking one, obviously. Hannah, I will leave it to you where Grim settles, or if Grim is staying next to you.
Probably with his head on Micah's lap, and she's just like kind of absent-mindedly patting him.
Okay, fair enough. So all of you would come in, you would see, like I said, Mix Leclerc, the Tremere Primogen of the city, and Court Oracle staring at this board that has registering connected to various articles about animal attacks, people being attacked, some grainy security footage of what looked to be two figures running. And they seem to be talking as they're looking like, I know this here, but this one doesn't make much sense, does it? Go ahead, all of you, roll me a wits and awareness. If you have heightened senses, you can add to it. If you have a specialty in paranoia or hypervigilance under your awareness, I will let you add that as a bonus die as well. If you're using your familia, they also can count as a bonus die to kind of give you a hint of like, what the fuck?
Sorry, what was the roll again?
Wits awareness. Now I get to watch as all of these results come in. Okay.
People who are good at seeing things.
Mhm.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Okay. And we're just waiting on Ink's roll. But I will go ahead for my ones. You know your coterie shadow is. So for my 0, Percy, we're gonna say you're still a little rattled because you got no successes about seeing a spectral form of your sire
Yeah.
hanging above you today and just like trying to reconcile what Demeter had told you about, like, you're gonna have a choice, Percy. Why am I seeing my sire so soon after this?
Mhm.
This is not fun. This is not what I signed up for when I became a kindred. I signed up to fight people. This isn't fighting people.
No.
My ones, your coterie shadow has proven to be interesting, for lack of a better term. So them seemingly talking to themselves while looking at a board with true crime stuff, that seems like Tremere shit. That we're just not going to touch that. That's just Tremere shit. We're going to leave it alone. Micah, being the only one who sees this, you would notice in the corner a masculine sort of shape, kind of cloaked by the room shadows, nodding alone to what Cyrene has said. And Einar, would you like to describe our guest for the night?
What you see is, again, kind of half cloaked in shadow, is a young man. Doesn't look to be much older than 18 or 19 years old. Thin, wiry frame. Tonight, I completely forgot how he is dressed. Tonight, he is dressed in simple black, but he has a large tan duffel bag kind of slung over his shoulders, hanging against his back. Very, almost like right out of Central Casting. Very conventionally attractive, boyish good looks, that sort of thing. But he's just sitting there nodding along to what Cyrene is saying.
And she just kind of mutters to herself and then turns around. Oh, you're all here. I did not hear you come in. I need to get better. Anyways, good evening, everybody. How y'all doing?
Candy,
Great.
all
Are
freshly
you good?
showered. I do appreciate the amenities that are in this haven.
She'll nod. Yeah, learned a couple things on a couple of jobs here and there. It's always good to have a secondary location to de-stickify yourself. And she'll kind of look to Micah since Micah had started talking and raise an eyebrow.
Are you gonna introduce us? And she'll gesture to the man.
Right. Sorry, that was my bad. Everybody, this is Mr. Everly, our Hecata emissary and current sheriff of the court. Mr. Everly, this is my coterie. Not my old coterie, mind you. Most of them are still doing other things, but the one I'm in charge of, and what have you.
Obviously.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he'll give a smile and a nod to each of you. I'm going to be tagging along tonight. Don't mind me.
Why?
And he'll look over at Micah. Because it's my purview as sheriff.
All right.
Storyteller question here. Does Pendleton or Micah have the ring you all found in the side session, the one from the previous Hakata emissary?
I
What
think Micah kept everything that wasn't tied to Ripjaw. That was the stuff Pendleton kept.
Okay.
Yeah, probably. But I
Oh,
think
yeah,
she's
the
brought
brooch.
it here.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I think
the
we probably left it here in the Coterie Haven though.
Okay.
Because I thought we said something about coming back here and leaving. it
Didn't
here.
we?
That's
Didn't we
right.
give it to Sirene actually?
We did, yes. Sorry. Fen, it's been a little bit since Fen looked
Yeah,
at their notes.
No worries.
But Cyrene will snap her fingers. Oh, Rowan, I've got these two. She'll point at Micah and Pendleton. They found something. We're pretty sure you might know who it belongs to. We'll hand over the box with the brooch in it.
Well, that's kind of handing it. Pendleton's going to look at the map that's up, and he has those two new addresses. Do those match up with any of the attack areas or anything like that? Kind of the same way the last one did, kind of a roundabout way.
Yes. Let me pull it up here. You would notice, and this is kind of where Percy's investigation would come in. You would notice the one that there's an attack that looks to be a mile from the McPherson Library, which with your investigation into the old hidey holes that your sire Ripjaw had put in with Philly, that there is an auto repair / car wash that counts as a bolt hole near that area.
Okay. He would definitely go up. And has the bolt hole they went to before, is that marked on the map in a certain way?
Yeah, Cyrene has kind of put like a yellow little star next to it to denote.
Okay,
like
he
an
will
area
kind
safety.
of mark the two other addresses in the same way.
Okay. So yeah, we'll get to all that here in a second. Mr. Everly, you get the brooch, you open it up. Congratulations. It's your sire's.
There's a moment where his expression kind of flickers. He closes the box quickly and tucks it into the duffel bag. Right. Oh. It's appreciated.
And Cyrene will nod and just kind of give him an understanding, not to look at everybody. So, I know y'all have been working on these two. She'll kind of gesture to the figures that are running in a security photo. Anything y'all want to tell me you found out? They don't mean to. They seem to forget that Candy wasn't a part of this and just kind of looking at everybody like, hey.
Oh, Candy's totally sitting back, like arms going, what'd y'all do? And just waiting to hear and be brought in on it, because this is her first moment back since all of the stuff you guys did.
Kind of points at the map. We have some rogue fledglings, probably, that seem to be suffering and possibly on the way towards whitedom because they've been left on their own after Burke's thing and have been, one white and another minder knew them in life who seems to be trying to keep them on the straight and narrow, but it's not going well. As he kind of waves towards the lots of marks of animal attacks. We found a bolt hole last time, and I've seen a couple more I tracked down a couple more, and at least one of them is close to some of these attacks. So, trying to find these two young women and bring them in, hopefully. That's maybe optimistic, but it's what I would enjoy.
I was going to ask what the protocol was. Are we bringing them in intact or not?
Ideally.
Yeah, I would hope that intact. They are victims in this situation as much as anything else. So, but
Yeah, I just don't like the idea of letting them nom on either one of you. All.
Right. Well, better us than random passerbys.
I am going to be honest with you. If one of them's already gone white, the kindest thing we can do is put them down.
True. No, though that I get. It's the other one who had seemed like a deep care for this person and is trying their best, but has been kind of left in the cold through the coup and the war and everything.
Micah will stand up and walk up to the board. She has like a folder that she takes out of her little bag. There's like a table there, like a desk, right? Yeah. So she will put the folder down, open it up, and like spread out a few pictures and a few documents. And to anyone sitting close enough to like look at them, they are like medical journals of two people. It looks like, and it's the pictures looks like it's of. It matches those running in the camera, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the people we're looking for is Sarah Richardson. That's what she was known as in her human life, at least, and someone named Sire. I don't have the last name for her, unfortunately. But they were both admitted to the hospital. And they were both. Sarah was in her third year of college at the University of Pennsylvania before she disappeared around the new year of 2025. The hospital wrote it off as left against medical advice. Sarah was in the hospital because she had acute lymphoblastic leukemia. And I would assume that Siri might also have had a similar condition, perhaps, or perhaps they weren't human at all. But they seem to have been friends for a while. I'm reviewing my notes. They seem to have received chemotherapy around the same time, actually. And I have a contact information to a nurse that I can probably get further information from down the line if need be. That knew them both.
I have
And then she's gonna sit down.
Cyrene will nod and kind of write some notes on the whiteboard part of this cork board about Sarah. That's real good. I know you and Pendleton said last time too. You were able to find that journal, and I looked over it. Seems these two got caught up in some sort of occult bullshit against their own will, and well, now we got to fix it.
What was also what we found last time we met, Pendleton and I, was that we found one of their little hiding places where there was a little cache or something with various items. We found items that belonged to some notable people or certain people from Berg's reign of the city. I got this. Was it a pendant or was it a ring? I think it was a ring.
You got Black Betty's ring. Pendleton got one of Ripjaw's old Eagles hoodies that was,
Yes.
if I'm remembering correctly, it was like a famous player in the 1950s. And you have now returned the Hikata brooch to Rowan with the hopes that it gets to the right surviving members of the bloodline.
Yeah.
Yeah, or things that
And Micah will show like her hand where she has the ring on.
yeah, things that Elias had gathered after, well, the coup and tucked away.
Percy, I will say, as you notice, Cyrene is writing things down. You also did your investigation, and should you wish to, you do have information on the other individual Siri.
Yeah, Percy will. So probably approach the map and kind of mark down. Where does it called? McPherson Library, and Sarah that she discovered an attack that happened there that on a gang, so they didn't report it to the police. Do I have anything particularly important? Yeah, so attacked by an old member of the crew, Siri Jemison. Her crew stated she seemed high as he was growling, biting, scratching. Is there anything else important here? No, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
So, attacked Siri Jemison. Apparently, she was an old member of this crew group.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Easy enough. Yeah, you share that, and Cyrene is kind of looking at it, looks over to Rowan, looks at y'all. Well, it seems like, given everything, she's gonna kind of make a circle around the, like a kind of mile wide circle around McPherson library, and nods. I think this is probably the best area for y'all to start searching. Like Sheriff Everly said here, it would be good to get the one back, get more information, and if Siri is indeed a white, then as hard as it is to hear sometimes, the best kindness would be helping her find peace.
Pendleton, did you hear back from them at all? I know we left them a little message.
No, well, nothing. Then they reach back out, which could be that they didn't go back to that bolt hole. We've seen these other ones, so we might have to try and track them down. Not that I'm surprised that they didn't reach out. They are on the run and obviously not doing well, so.
Cyrene will nod. Bolt holes are probably a good place to start. I know when you're running, first thing you do is you look for a place to hide and then go take care of your stomach most of the time.
These bolt holes, are they near any, like, should be worried about big events, places where there's going to be lots of people?
McPherson Library should be closed at this time of night. She's going to kind of check a wristwatch and look. It's about 10 p.m., so most people ain't going to be, checking out the latest James Patterson. Anyways, besides my opinions on literature withstanding, y'all should be fine. And there's probably going to be, some less fortunate using the steps or whatnot to stay warm and have a place to sleep. But just try not to make too much of a mess. And thankfully, if there is, well, she'll kind of gesture towards the sheriff. Mr. Everly and I are adept hands at cleaning some things up and know a few people if needed.
Perfect.
The library and the bolt hole near there seems to be the clearest lead then. And if it's all of us, I feel much better about going into that than not that myself and Miss Hoffman didn't do a wonderful job last time, but I don't think either of us are, well, our areas of skill don't lie in the physical matters. So it's nice to have the rest of you back.
Well,
Would probably be a good idea to bring something to defend ourselves with, just in case. Do we have any weapons available here?
Pendleton's just going to gesture to Persephone and Candy. Yes, we're bringing something to defend ourselves with.
Excuse me, do you ladies have a license for those guns you're wielding? Ciao.
Percy is just like holding up her bag when he motions to her, like.
pretty sure Candy has a decent set of brass knuckles that she'll pull out of her pockets with her gloves.
Yeah.
And we have the sheriff with us, so safe as houses.
Does anyone have a gun I can borrow?
Cyrene will just go over to a desk, do a little bit of a motion, and pull out a drawer that just has several different pistols, revolvers, a couple smaller snub-nosed ones, and kind of gesture if Micah wishes to take one.
She will. She will look them over and pick one of them.
Okay. We will go ahead, mark down that you have a 9mm Smith & Wesson, just a very standard basic gun. And Cyrene will look to Rowan. You need anything else too? Other than for Fennec not to catch her fellow storyteller mid-yawn.
Yeah. Rowan will pat the duffel bag hanging from his shoulder. No.
All right. Well, I will keep the home fires burning if you need me. Hopefully it ain't gonna be too bad to where Haint and others need to show up, but you never know sometimes.
All right, well, the night's not getting any younger.
And Rowan will grin. You guys are going to love this. And he leads them out to street level.
Oh, no, Rowan, you are not the Vans. And Cyrene is kind of trailing after you as Delilah's has a little cooler bag with them of energy drinks and a book bag next to it to come along with you in case a getaway driver is needed. Go ahead and describe. Is it Van Rushmore this time, or which one is it?
Nope. Tonight we are playing it simple. It is Vanispheres this evening. For our Rush fans out there, this is a 1972 GMC van that has been painted to look like the Rush album Hemispheres. You can tell that this van is well loved. And he opens up the side door. Inside is a loving recreation of those old 70s shaggin' wagons. The the meticulously maintained shag carpeting, the wood paneling, the whole 9 yards. Like, this is, for those who were alive at that time and knew what these things were, this is a perfect, almost museum piece recreation. It's very comfortable.
Is it the olive green or the burnt orange? Or
It is the burnt orange and brown with little flecks of gold in it.
peak?
Literally, the sound you hear your shadow make is just the tongue click of disapproval.
Candy is absolutely in awe of this entire thing, and is loving it.
Like, it's got like the little mini bar set on the far wall. Like, it is peak 1970s.
I was so loud when the Ursa were starting to come out, and they still. I'm dead. I should not get a sensory headache, but yet.
And Rowan climbs in. He'll let Delilah drive.
She'll hop into the passenger or into the driver's side, set her stuff down. Cyrene will kind of open the back trunk to let the familises in and whatnot. How does everybody kind of pile in?
Candy will pile herself in and go like right next to the minibar. Just sitting there, enjoying the little danglies.
Yeah, Pendleton just finds a seat, tucks himself back in there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a bench seat and some captain's chairs.
Micah will
Alright.
sit next to Pendleton. And Grim is gonna lay by both of their feet.
Yeah.
Percy will find a window seat. Seat by the window.
Yeah, easy enough. Cyrene will shut the back door, look at you all, give a wave. May darkness keep you, and slide the door shut for the back area. Delilah will start the van and start driving off. It's probably going to take about... Oh, go ahead.
I was like, Micah is the only one who was here the last time that Pendleton heard their shadow make a comment like that, but he definitely shudders just a little bit when they make that kind of proclamation, or not part of it, but kind of benediction, because he has some issues. So doesn't say anything, but he definitely reacts to it.
Okay. Does the rest of the coterie pick up on this or choose to say anything?
Percy is bad with people, so
Candy's too enthralled with the surroundings.
Candy as a cat confirmed. Boop, boop, boop. All right. Does Micah say anything to her coterie mate?
I think she'll side-eye him. I think Grim will lift his head and just kind of, because even lying down, he's still kind of tall enough to like put his head on
Just have
Pendleton's
two
lap.
horses in this car.
Yeah. And then Grim just like with, like, you know how when a dog is having their head on your lap and they look up at you, how pathetically sad they could just look? The eyebrows and everything. That's Grim right now. Looking up at Pendleton.
Just the tiniest little subwoofer as he looks up at you, Pendleton.
And just kind of tucks himself kind of tighter into the kind of corner of the van he's found himself in.
The little tail wag going poof poof.
Little is relative. Some baseball bat swinging around there.
Yeah.
cane corsos are not subtle animals. Or it's a Great Dane, right?
Great
It's a
Dane.
Great Dane.
The
Yeah.
picture always makes me think King Corso, but yeah, Great Danes are
Yeah.
even less subtle.
It's just big.
Yeah.
Good for eating pies off the high counters.
Good for stealing
Yeah.
pies off the top of the fridge. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Noodle Horse, aka Melano, has, very refinedly tucked themselves next to Percy and just looking ever regal as a Ventru Familis would. I will say there's a bit of side-eyeing from Melano at Grim, just like, control yourself, sir.
She's not going to put herself in a position where she has to look up. Look. She is regal Noodle Horse. She looks down.
Yeah, everyone
looks
looks
down
down at me. Yeah, okay.
Whose horse is
So-
that?
Whose horse is that? So it's about a 30-45 minute drive. Are you guys kind of strategizing at all, or just spending it in silence, or?
I was gonna
And
do
Candy's
something
going to
dumb.
be catching up on what all specifics happened last time and just be getting there ready to fight.
Okay. Micah, what are you doing before we have Candy kind of asking everybody, like, hey?
No, it was just no.
No? Okay. All right. So, Candy, how do you question your coterie mates on what they've been doing?
I'm sitting here looking at my intimidation and I'm like, nah, that's not nice. Just
Want to
grab
tell
one
me
by the
who you
chest.
did?
How? No. Really, it's just Candy's just idle chit chat. It's okay. So you decided to go off on your own to investigate this.
I mean, the shadow kind of sent us out. There's no one else around, so kind of do things.
Do you have a problem with that?
Problem? No, just trying to size up everybody's abilities, and he didn't strike me as the could get myself out of trouble type. But it looks like he didn't get in trouble, so to speak. So
No,
Should
you're
be
very careful and very, very prepared to run away if anything happened.
Micah will just kind of cross her arms and lean back and just not say anymore because she's getting annoyed.
Candy does not pick up on it at this moment. All right. Well, I mean, as long as you know what your limitations are. And then she'll end up going back and looking at the drinks. Does anyone else want a drink? She has no clue if anybody else can eat food or not.
Delilah will just wave a hand from the front seat. If I wasn't driving. I don't know if the rest of you can drink. I know mixed class sometimes enjoys a good bottle of wine, but, well.
Understood. And she'll just go back to reading any of the paperwork that we would have had and be waiting for this next part of the adventure.
Okay. Ink, I noticed you're unmuted. Would Percy have something to say?
No. Not right now. I think she would mostly be looking out the window. Just kind of
Okay.
watching.
All right. Fair enough. The paperwork you all have that Syrene kind of managed to get together from everything that had been given is the pictures of these two young college-age girls. They seemed to have most of their lives ahead of them. Most of the stuff that has been provided, there hasn't really been a deep dive into like their family history or anything. or whatnot. She did print out a map of the area for you all before you left and kind of marks the circle around the McPherson Library. It is a square library building. It is a historic library in Philly. It's cool. It's closed at this time. You would notice that there's not a lot of activity going around there and whatnot. Pendleton's research into the bolt holes would be marked where that bolt hole is. So you guys can either start at the library near where the attack was, or you can start at the bolt hole first, depending on how you all want to do this.
Candy's looking at the other two who have gathered all this information. Where do you want to start? Because both comes with their own dangers.
We have location of the attack. We have the library where the other attack was, and then we have the bolt hole. The bolt hole is it's the easiest. We know exactly where that is. So if we want to start there, that's not the worst place. I probably can figure out how to get us into it.
I mean, they're not likely to be still sitting over at the places that the attacks were at. So.
No. I don't know. As far as investigation things go, I am not the most skilled, and that's not where anything that I'm good at lies. But Mika seemed to be, or Miss Hoffman seemed to be very good at that. So looking at the crime scenes might be good, but it has been a while. So, and the city is not like it's going to sit around and not mess those up. Mm-hmm. So I would suggest the bolt hole.
I agree. As Candy just said, it's unlikely that they're still at the scene where the attack were last, so I think we should go to the bolt hole.
Melano and I have experience tracking people down, but the bolt hole does seem the most likely area for them to be.
Mm-hmm.
Delilah.
Yeah, if we've got the kind of get us in that direction, that's good.
Delilah will nod and kind of lean over to where the GPS is and put in the location for the bolt hole and look at Mr. Everly and then back at you all. If you're tracking them and they're not there, I mean, it seems like if they're staying there, it's a good place to get the scent, right? As they say in America?
That's also how we technically found the bolt hole last time, because Grim could find the scent to it.
Rowan is actually going to, from underneath the seat, produce what looks to be a large black pelican case and open it up. And what you would see inside of this pelican case, the best way to describe it is like a home-built cyber deck. And he plugs it into the cigarette lighter, powers it on. I could pull up some of the street view and see if we could pick them up on camera, maybe.
Mm-hmm. That's the Coterie's call here. So, as your storytellers, the Coterie taking Mr. Everly up on that offer.
Absolutely. Especially if we can see some of this better.
Okay.
Perfect. And I hear somebody doing their clicky clackies for their rolls. Let me scooch on up there. Excuse me, pardon me. Okay. All right. I will say 4 is enough to get you around the, what's the word I'm looking for here? Around where this bolt hole is. It won't get you like the further streets beyond, but the block around the bolt hole. Go ahead. Let me see here. I will say with that. So yeah, as Rowan is furiously typing on these keys, you all see on this little screen the camera footage is grainy because they're not the greatest cameras, but looks to be a live view of the area. Let me roll something here.
That is very useful.
All right.
I want to activate Sense the Unseen, by the way, just
Okay.
to make a note of that.
Cool. We will have that ready. Cool. Yeah, you guys would see, try as they might, this person is attempting to be stealthy as they seem to come out of what looks to be a hidden side entrance near this car wash, like in the bushes. You would have, the door was camouflaged, but because they rolled 0 successes, it is now clearly visible as they trip out of it. They look around and they kind of pull a hood up over their head and skitter out. So it looks like somebody is there.
Just now, someone skittered into the bolt hole.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Skittered out of the bolt hole. Like, it looks like there was a door that got cracked open as they were trying to get out sneakily. They tripped over their own feet.
I see. Okay.
They are not very dexterous nor stealthy.
And we're around that area right now?
You guys are about 15, 20 minutes out at this point with the driving and everything.
Okay.
Hey, Sheriff, is there any way you could, like, keep tracking them? Since it looks like they just left?
I mean, yeah, he can always try to widen his area.
Sure. Yeah. Delilah will hear that and kind of remind me, are the vans manual or automatic?
This one's an automatic.
Okay. You guys would feel, you kind of hear the engine as the car starts to speed up slowly. Let me roll something here because they are a fairly decent driver. Yeah, they would spend willpower on this. Okay, that's better. Yeah. With Delilah's 4 successes in driving, you would feel the van speed up very smoothly and carefully weave in and out of traffic and whatnot. All right. Cool. Yeah. 7 successes, Rowan, easy enough. Y'all would see the camera footage kind of go to the end of where this camera goes, then bloop to like a little convenience store nearby and like track this person bloop down into an alley. You would hear some scuffling, and along with like what sounds to be like a raccoon chittering, and then the camera feeds this person kind of starting to walk back around towards the Haven area. This all sounds like it's happening in real, like quickly, but in real time it's about like 5-ish minutes for them to go and do the farmer predator style.
Got it.
I will also activate
Theater whispers.
Yeah.
Excellent. I will need a rolls check for that because you are not talking to just Grim. So with how Delilah is driving, the camera footage and everything, you guys are about 10 minutes out. Is there any other things that you are prepping before we kind of pass the 10 minutes and you all get there?
No, I got nothing.
Okay.
I'm good.
Ink?
I think toughness is the only thing I have that needs to be activated. So Percy will activate toughness just in case.
Perfect. Okay. Sounds good. Perf. All right.
I do not remember if that requires a rouse or not.
It does, I believe.
It does.
Okay.
I also just activated toughness,
Okay. Perfect.
which made
All
me hungrier. But yeah, the Feral Whispers did not.
Cool. You are able to pick up on not only, Grim, But any other critter you come across, you will, as confirmation of this happening, you will hear Melano just kind of give a huff of, so uncivilized, this van. Before, like, scooting closer to Percy.
What? So uncivilized? What?
This van, it is, it's uncivilized and,
Oh,
ugh.
I thought you said man. And I got confused.
Percy, you are watching as Micah just turns to your familis and starts talking at them, and Melano
No,
seems
no,
to
no,
be...
no, no. I'm sorry. No, it
Oh.
was me, Hannah, asking the questions.
Oh, okay, my
Out of
bad.
character. I'm so
Never
sorry.
mind. No. Percy, then you wouldn't notice anything. Just Melano just doing a as she scoots closer to you.
They'll just be petting Melano because she
But
figures,
Micah will be side-eyeing Melano a little bit.
Fair enough. All right. So you guys are able to rouse your toughness, rouse heightened senses and feral whispers. About 5 minutes later, you all would because Delilah did a little illegal driving but didn't get caught, and whatnot. Maybe kind of skidded in as a yellow was turning to red. It's fine. Don't worry about it. That's a ghoul's job. Get you guys into a parking lot nearby the the car wash and looks at you all. Right. Good luck. I will have the van running. Yeah, and she pats the bag next to her just in case. All right.
I don't know who's closest to the door, but if it's Micah, she will open it and,
Mhm.
and usher Grim to get out because nobody else can get out until the horses have been released.
Yeah, Grim will go, oh, okay. Kind of does the gets out. And we will go ahead right here with y'all getting out and everything. I think this is a good time for us to take our break. So we will do our 10-minute break here. Everybody stretch, get a snacky, unshrimp your spines, unlike me when I do these things. And yeah, we'll see you in 10. All right, and welcome back, everybody, to our second half of the Mystery Machine session. This one I forgot to share the title, called The Lost Ones. Our coterie has been working to find two particular fledglings that have seemed to been caught up in some sort of occultish activity and are now running the streets of Philadelphia, which is never good for the Camarilla. The group has managed to make it to a bolt hole near McPherson Library in the city of Philadelphia, where these fledglings seem to be hiding, and have gotten out of their van to start looking around. So, Micah, as you said before we left, we had the Great Dane Familis Grimm being kind of pushed out so everybody else can exit. Melano, the Borozoid Familis of Percy, refinedly steps out like a lady. How does everybody else get out of the van and whatnot?
Candy probably would be just fine stepping out of it and would do this big old like stretch and make sure that her brass knuckles are on and step to the side and see if anybody else needs help.
Okay.
Hamilton will unfold himself and scuttle out.
Perfect.
Percy is hopping out and kind of just adjusting her weapon bag so it's easily accessed.
Okay. All right. Hannah, Micah just steps out like normal.
We have no sound from you.
Yeah. Text. Wait. Yep. Okay. Sorry. I thought it was me for a second. Nope. All right. We'll circle back to Micah here in a moment. But so with everybody kind of out of the van, Ron, I assume, also steps out as well. How are you guys approaching this bolt hole?
I'm gonna assume, unless somebody would like to take the lead, that there is a high likelihood of getting attacked right off the bat. So Candy is going to be in front of everybody else and carefully walking towards the side to come up to where we saw the door.
Okay.
Hamilton is going to kind of be walking behind, but is looking for any of those kind of like hobo sign and that kind of stuff, just to see if there's anything that'll point us in direction. Like we kind of know where we're going because we've seen the video, but any other information he can figure out would be good.
All right. So for that one, we are going to. Are you like really looking, or just kind of the brief cursory look around?
Most brief, because he can take his time later, because anything that's Tobo Science here he thinks is going to be more old stuff. He doesn't think these two are using it, but it's just kind of a if he sees something kind of thing.
Cool. We will go ahead and call that a wits and streetwise. I will let you have your graffiti specialty for this one. All right. Percy, anything you're doing?
Thinks he's just approaching somewhat warily, kind of like ready to like fight if anything jumps out at her, but I don't think at the moment he don't really have anything that's too useful.
Okay, gotcha. All right. 4 successes. Yep, easy enough for you, Pendleton, to find the old hobo signs that were kind of scratched into a wall, and not necessarily using dirt to kind of obscure them, but some paint to make sure that they would last, but still also blend in as well. Stating that there is, sanctuary nearby and whatnot. So yeah. And for my two who are kind of on alert. Oh, okay, cool. Micah, you've got your mic fixed. What's Micah doing?
I hope I fixed. Am I fixed?
We can still hear you at least. So you're coming in at least.
Okay. Is it clear or is it just weird?
No, you sound far away and muffled.
Oh man. Okay. Well, that sucks. Is it better? No. Terrible.
No. Still pretty
Alright.
bad. Like you're trying to talk from across a room.
I'm like maybe 40 centimeters away.
I mean, I can still at least hear you and make out what you're saying though. So
Is this any better?
a little bit better.
No.
Okay.
All right, we will come back to you. Candy and Percy, do you guys just want to kind of give me a wits and awareness to just kind of get your surroundings?
Percy's worst pool. What's awareness for? Okay.
Not her best roll, but her eyes are open today.
Your eyes are open. You sure you don't want to go fishing for some more successes?
All right.
I saw what you saw there.
You don't want to risk it messy?
Not with my eyeballs on the line.
That's fair. Okay. All right. 2 successes for you, Candy. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of people around. Most of the animals are kind of scattered. It seems pretty quiet. Percy, you would notice that there is, like, much like Candy, there's not a lot of people around, and whatnot, etc. You would see very few animals. You're getting with your 4 that something's kind of scaring things away here and whatnot.
Makes sense.
Yeah, which if there's a white situation, that makes sense. But you guys, you would also notice there's not really a lot of traps around as you're approaching. It seems like what traps there were have already been kind of sprung by the people that have come in. So you guys make it to the door. How are you? It is shut. You do notice it is kind of obscured, almost not obscured in the wall. There's a certain type of wall. I can't remember what it's called, but it looks kind of pokey that helps obscure the door. Kind of, it looks like that's been done over the door to make it look like part of the wall. So how are you all gonna get in?
All of the stucco stuff.
Yes, thank you. The stucco. I could not remember the word stucco.
Okay. Stop treating that like a push to talk. It's just a toggle. So we know where the door is. We know it's kind of obscured. We can't really tell how to open it. I've got a little bit of skill in this area, so can I kind of give the door a once over to see if I can figure out how you would trip that to open it up?
Okay. We will call this. Let me look at your sheet here if you're looking over. And you're kind of running your hands, like you're doing the whole running your hands over it and everything, and whatnot. We are going to call it a resolve an investigation for you because you're kind of feeling around. Okay, cool. All right. All right. Hannah, Micah, we said, is following everybody. We are now up to the door. What's Micah doing with stuff?
What has happened so far? What did I miss?
So far, your coterie mates would have noticed that there aren't a lot of people or animals around, and whatnot. You've come up to the door, which has been kind of stuccoed to look like the wall, and Pendleton's kind of running his hands over it to find an area of
Do I
opening.
see anything with my sense the unseen?
With Sense the Unseen, we will go ahead. Give me. We will call this a Wits and Auspex for this.
So I spent some willpower, but I got 4 successes.
4 successes, nice. It takes you a little bit. You kind of have to feel around. Strangely enough, the latch for this is over by where the hinge mechanism is. So you kind of like slip your hand in and sort of, you can hear the door pop open a little to where you guys can pry it from there. All right, and what am I? Where is that channel with the dice? The dice. There you are.
I got 2 successes.
2 successes. This one doesn't seem to have any wards added to it or anything. There's not really any hidden messages. It just looks like a normal bolt hole this time around.
If we are
Alright.
brute forcing this, I got Relentless Grasp.
Okay. You just want to honk the door?
If it's stuck and we need to get in, then yes, I would like to use my normal strength to still try and open the door first.
Okay. I will let you do that. We will go ahead and cling on there. Give me a strength and brawl, please, to kind of, because the door does seem catching.
Does grappling work with this at all, or no? Figure grappling is probably more like living things.
Yeah, living things. I respect it. I respect the hustle, but not this time.
That's fine. I'm just verifying, that's all. Are you You know what? Let's roll with it. I got a messy critical there. You were asking for her anyway. You're still muted.
There we go. God damn it, StreamYards. All right, so cool. You get the messy. All right. So I have how I'm going to do this. So for everybody, you are going to watch as your coterie mate sees the door, is like, oh, here, I'll help you. Whoosh! The door kind of goes flying. So what I need is a Dex and Athletics from everybody, including Mr. Everly, if you are behind Candy as she is yoinking this door open to avoid being, ka-thunked.
Oh no, it's the bank box all over again.
It's the bank box all over again.
It's probably your best skills. Was that one right there?
What was that roll?
Dex and Athletics if you are standing near enough to Candy when she is flinging this door.
I mean, I was messing with the lock, so I'm right there. Man, I'm
no.
taking this bank box to the face. That's what's going to happen here. My
Well,
Dex
no,
2
actually,
and
you
no
can-
athletics.
Dex
No,
and
Pendleton is still probably holding
6.
the door mechanism.
Sorry.
You're still attached to the door, buddy.
What does
Okay.
This slight question just to remember what this discipline does, but Percy has rapid reflexes. Does that have any bearing here? I do not remember what rapid reflexes does.
Rapid reflexes is for dodging projectiles, like throwing knives, bullets. I suppose the door could technically be considered a projectile at this point. But don't worry,
Wait.
Pendleton. You're not the only one getting taken out by this door.
Woohoo!
Y'all are gonna.
Like,
Oh boy,
Percy has
yeah.
a pretty good pool for that anyway, so I just wanted to make sure that I understand what rapid reflexes does. So
Mostly
I'm
means
like,
you don't have to take cover from bullets. You still get to add your dex to dodging bullets.
okay.
Yeah, you can add your dex to this because technically this is about to be a projectile with a Pendleton attached to it.
Whee!
So Dex athletics.
I'm
Athletics,
going
right?
on an
Yeah,
adventure.
sure. Okay, so that would be with rapid reflexes. That would be 7. Okay.
We're
Poor broken
going
little
on a
art
trip
boy.
on our favorite rocket ship.
The poor Rowan. I'm sorry, buddy.
No, it's fine because it's called a callback and they're funny as fuck.
6 success with a critical.
Okay. With your 6 success with the critical, Percy, I will say you are the only one who's able to dodge this. I will let you grab a person for them to, get pulled down and take a point of superficial instead of 2. So who are you grabbing in your coterie?
Well, one of them is apparently being launched by the door.
Yeah. Pendleton kind of still has hand on the door at this point.
So I'm not sure. He might be part of the projectile, so I not sure that's the best.
I am part of the problem.
I guess the only other one, Percy will just make a flying grab for Micah.
Okay.
I mean, Candy launched the door, and Pendleton is part of the door. That leaves.
Yeah, that works with Rowan's bestial here. So to describe what happens, Pendleton, you are pulling this door open. Something about it catches, and you're trying to kind of pull it a little. Candy is like, "Oh, I can help." That Brujah strength just wrenches the door off of it, and your feet. Well, there was ground. Now there's not ground. Why am I? Oh, I'm in the air. Oh no.
Brother flying.
You are flying. Micah, you get yoinked down by Percy. The edge of the door kind of clips you on your forehead, giving you a point of superficial and a little bit of a cut there. Rowan, dear sweet Rowan, you were watching this thinking, okay, they got the door. Wait, why is the door moving? Why is Pendleton? And just you are suddenly remembering when you were in the coop of Philadelphia, and the coteries were trying to figure out how to break into lock boxes, and one unfortunately went ka-thunk into your face.
Yeah. He is suddenly recalling the last time he got hit by a flying projectile launched by another kindred. It hit him so hard, he immediately went into torpor. Thankfully, he has picked up new tricks since then and will not immediately go into torpor.
Good news. You are able, I will say, with all the training he's done, you are able to kind of jerk your body a little to where it's hitting you in the chest instead of your forehead. However, this is still a very solid freezer type door. Kind of you into the ground. You look up and you see Pendleton kind of dangling with his feet towards you. You are taking a point of aggravated damage due to this being your bestial failure. There's kind of you all look over and you see the sheriff in the ground. There's a little bit of an indent where the door is pinning him into the ground. Pendleton just kind of at the top, very lanky boy dangling. Feet almost
Little help.
touching.
Candy will absolutely go over to try and help and just hold the hand out. Sorry, Sheriff.
The hand is nice. Lift the door, please.
Oh, okay. And then she'll carefully try and lift this door and just put it off to the side.
I will say with your earlier 6 successes with a critical, it's easy enough for you with the right amount of leverage to whoop, and roll and just kind of dunk.
Yeah.
Okay. New plan. You don't touch doors ever again.
Okay.
There's very much a, you flick too hard, damn it.
Understood.
Yeah. So you guys solved the door problem. You would see a hallway, mostly darkness. Like there's a little bit of those old style lantern lights kind of above, flickering in and out to illuminate. How do you all proceed after, kind of accidentally conclaving the sheriff's chest in a little?
Candy will still go to the front, but she'll make sure she's like an extra 2-3 steps ahead of everybody else. Yeah.
I mean, look, somewhere your Baron Sire is smiling in pride.
I know Helen will be when I tell her this story.
Okay. All right. So Candy's in front, about a good 2 feet ahead of everybody. What's everybody else's marching order?
Percy will kind of come in. We'll kind of like approach the door kind of from the side. Kind of like cautiously, sword. Probably, he likes her sword the best. Sword drawn. Kind of FBI tactics. Sliding into the room.
Yeah, Pendulum's letting them lead the way. He is just dusting himself off, putting that rib back the place it's supposed to be. Because he got hit by a door and then landed on a door. Parts of him are ajar. So.
Yeah. Micah, what are you doing? Are you bringing up the rear?
Yeah, I think so. Just keeping an eye out, I think, for stuff and things.
Okay. Cool beans. All right. For everybody that's walking through, have a feeling Sheriff Everly has kind of slid himself in between Percy and Salty or Candy. Bleh.
Yes, but I have a thing that I need to activate real quick.
Okay. No worries. Yeah, so everybody go ahead, give me a wits and awareness. As you all are kind of going down this hallway and looking around, we will see if one baby gets a drop on you or not. Or whatever else is in here.
You know what? Are blood surges allowed too?
Until I tell you otherwise, you are allowed to blood surge.
Does my hyper paranoia anxiety, in that, I mean, since the beast, do I trigger? Do I sense any hostility coming from here?
Let me check here real quick. You would sense one hostile. No, you wouldn't sense any hostile. You would sense that there's a kindred. Well, okay.
Cool.
Besides Rowan, you get very grumpy, angry vibes off the sheriff.
He's not grumpy at me, though.
No.
I didn't throw a door at him. I was thrown into public.
That's absolutely reserved for the Brujah.
We broke a chair over my legs.
All right. Okay. One. All right. Okay. Look
3
at you,
successes.
Percy. All right. And I see that Micah's spending some willpower. Ooh, let me unshrimp myself. There we go. All right. For my 1 success, you're a little distracted by the one non-hostile and then the furnace of anger that is Rowan Everly. That's just kind of in the middle of your coterie mates. So he's a little distracting to everything else that's going on. My 3s, you would notice that they're what looked to be, some tripwires that were tripped previously. but no sort of traps or anything of that nature. Percy with my 6, and with a crit, you would also notice these traps. You would get the hint that Rowan is not the most happiest camper at the moment. A little bit harder to see at the moment for some reason. Kind of a little bit more stealthy and whatnot. You would also kind of you would hear something skittering. And as you kind of peek, you would see a form moving behind a column. And you would catch like a silver glint, almost like a bladed object that they seem to be holding as they heard you all coming, and are trying to prepare themselves.
Percy is turning towards that glint.
Okay.
It's just rousing for unseen passage.
Fair enough. Oof. Hey. All right. So cool.
What do you mean they heard us coming? We were so subtle.
Yes, very subtle.
The door wrenching off of its hinges and being thrown at the sheriff is completely subtle. Yes.
Y'all were subtle. The Brujah was not.
My failure to be subtle as I was used as a projectile is not on me.
It's fine. It's fine. Love and light. Oof. Woosah, woosah.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think the door saw us coming.
Yeah. That is fair. All right. So I will say, with Percy kind of turning, I will allow people to react to Percy kind of turning towards what is being seen, and you would kind of see just that jerk of a body behind the pillar. I will let you all make the first move here.
I think Percy's first move would be to move to not attack to like disarm, probably. Try and aim her sword at whatever the glint is.
Okay.
If it's a weapon.
Yeah.
Pendleton
That'd be
sees
Percy.
nothing, so his reaction is just to wait until people start doing things.
Candy is bracing, like again, to wait to see if it's going to be absolutely aggressive or not, and is preparing fleetness in case I have to defend.
Okay. Micah, what are you doing?
She's also readying her gun, just in case she has to defend herself. Though I'm tempted to just let her go for it because of the resonance, but
Okay.
I think I'll wait and see what happens.
All right. Fair enough. Okay. So, since none of you are attacking and holding, you would hear a very soft feminine voice call out, go away. This is my place.
If there's no like active aggressive action, Pendleton will kind of call. Is that Sarah? And Miss Richardson?
How do you know my name?
We're here to help.
Micah will at this point lower her gun and like put it away.
Okay. Sarah will kind of peek her head out. This younger femme-presenting individual, short brown hair, kind of cropped to the bottom of their chin. It's completely covered in dirt and grime, and what looks to be like dried blood. Her clothes are patchy, covered in just the debris of living on the street and running, and their brown eyes are just wide with terror as they look at all of you.
Pendleton's going to kind of step past the much more intimidating members and hopefully keep attention on himself.
Okay.
You know, he's got his cane and everything. He's just, no, we are. Been trying to find you for a little bit.
Not going back. I'm not going to go back.
You don't have to go back anywhere. I just want to make sure that you and, is it Siri?
How do you know about Siri?
I said we've been looking for you both for a little bit.
She kind of peeks a little more out, seeing all of you, like Candy and Percy and Rowan, I assume, are still kind of like ready but not attacking, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rowan is keeping himself out of the way and mostly just cloaked in shadow.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say Percy would kind of still be in like a ready stance with her sword, but
Candy's pretty much like arms crossed type thing, so she's not like revealing the brass knuckles, but is ready to jump if needed.
Okay. And she kind of spies Micah at the back with Grim, just putting the gun away, and kind of tilts, looks at the dog, then looks at Pendleton. You all were there at the last one.
Yeah, I left you a note. Hoped you would reach out, but I know it's no. Can't be easy.
Micah will step forward and past the others and kind of hold her hand forward with the ring on it. We found this at the last location we searched for you. This belonged to my sire.
Like a lord? Like in medieval times?
Like the one that made, yeah.
No, I'm not going back to them. No. And they kind of step
You don't
back.
have to.
No,
You don't have to. You've been through a lot. Both of you. We're just here to help.
And like they kind of do that thing that a lot of anxious people will do, where they rock to one side, rock to the other on the balls of their feet, and look at all of you. You can help Siri, make her better.
That depends. What's happened to her?
I don't know. She was fine, and then she got we escaped because they said they were gonna, but then she kept getting hungry and wouldn't be able to stop, and now she doesn't talk much anymore. And
Where is she?
she kind of look behind her, and Pendleton and Micah, you would recognize the nest, like another nest, much like the other one. And kind of there seems to be something curled up in it under several like ratty blankets and other bits of refuse and whatnot.
Pendleton doesn't have any experience with whites, so he's kind of just on the kind of sense the beast on how much of the beast, I guess, is there instead. But it's odd to have one that's in the room and not actively doing things, at least from what he's heard. Like, he's only going on rumors that they're they're mindless and hunger is all that drives them, so that one is hasn't attacked her friend and is
This one, you would sense that there is no humanity left. This is just a predator. This is a beast. This is something that is driven to hunt and consume and destroy, but it is, you're sensing it is asleep, like as if it has sated its most recent hunger and is bedding down for now. Mechanically, it is at hunger 0, so it is satisfied that right now because it drained someone dry.
It's not in torpor from damage or something. It's in the kind of like torpor in the I've eaten enough and I am sated for the moment. Okay.
Yeah.
Food coma
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
torpor.
Food coma, basically.
The torpor that we use for animals that have put themselves to sleep, not vampires.
Yeah.
You said you escaped. Where did you escape from?
I don't know. It was dark. There was kind of thinks and is shaking her head somewhere. I don't know.
That's okay. We'll find out. We don't want anyone else to be trapped somewhere.
You know what happened to you?
I remember going for a smoke break, and then the nurses were mad about that, but I was dying, so who gives a fuck, right? And I went out, and then there was pain, and I woke up to hear screaming and chanting, and so I was so hungry. Never stops being hungry,
Mm-hmm.
We do.
We know. Listen, I don't know what we can do for your friend unless we investigate something. But for that to happen, you need to trust us.
You're not gonna hurt her?
Well,
We will do our very best not to, but I cannot promise that we won't. Because if this turns out to be what we suspect has happened to her, I'm afraid it's too late for her.
Go ahead, because you and Pendleton have been leading this. Both of you can give me, one of you can give me whoever has the higher pool, a charisma and persuasion. You'll get a help die from the other person.
Not me.
Cool. That's 7 for me.
I have 2.
So 8 with the help die. Do I take my negatives for repulsive?
Repulsive only counts for mortals.
Okay, cool. I didn't know with how out of like the know she is, whether she would still count some way that way. Okay.
Well, I think Percy. While this is happening, I think Percy is like gonna very subtly switch over to her stake and just kind of position herself so she has both Sarah and Siri in her sights, kind of eyeing
like it.
Siri
8
cautiously,
dice.
warily.
Okay. Go ahead. Pendleton, you have presence, right?
I do not.
Oh, I thought you did with your
No.
your type.
I have.
Oh, that's right. You took the blood sorcery.
I have blood sorcery.
That's right. Cool. All
So
right.
it's still 8 dice, which is not bad.
8 dice is good. That's a real good pool for Elmo. Percy, give me. You're trying to kind of position yourself subtly, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
He doesn't really care what Sarah thinks of her. She kind of isn't really caring. She's just kind of appearing cold and stoic, but she's kind of cautious about the fact that, she does have some experience. He used to hunt whites with Hades, so
We're gonna try and fix that because
Fair enough. If you can't,
wild.
that's fine.
Yes, that's the proper facial expression for that role.
All right, Percy, give me because you're not being too terribly subtle about it, but you're still trying to make your movements controlled. Give me a dexterity and athletics.
She's being more subtle in the sense of she's wary and doesn't want to make things worse, but not subtle in the sense that she cares about Sarah knowing what she's doing.
I
Perfect.
did
Give me that
my
roll,
best.
Percy.
What is the rule again?
Oh. Dexterity and athletics, because you are
Okay.
keeping your movements tight and controlled. We're not necessarily being stealthy about it. We're keeping them tight and controlled.
This is why the storytellers drink.
No, this is fine. The storyteller can use this.
Oh. You know what? It's Percy.
Hey.
He likes blood
Hey.
sensing, and I'm still under one.
I'm trying.
You are trying. It's fine.
You're doing great, bud.
It's fine. This just is going to affect Percy's roll. Don't worry about it.
Oh no.
Hey, like, I'm gonna succeed badly. So it can't be too bad for you.
Oh dear. I might use willpower. I might
You
re-roll
can
some
use will.
failures there. Well, that went up very slightly. There.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Excellent. So Pendleton, as you and Micah are giving this "we are here to help" speech to this very young fledgling, who is clearly scared out of their wits.
Baby.
Un baby who has been living on the streets trying to keep their white friend from causing any more damage. You reach forward and there is just this glint in your eye as that starving decay sort of creeps in a tiny little bit of burnt flesh and everything in the light of this room, causing her to step back a little. And then her own back, you watch as these bright orange monarch wings sort of get out and make this fluttering noise and what have you. Which
To what you say?
yeah, bright orange monarch butterfly wings. You found a baby, Magar.
Problem.
Love you.
A little bit of problem.
Little
Pendleton doesn't know what
tiny
he's just like, Well,
meanwhile,
oops.
yeah. So and then she realizes, kind of seeing those features will go forward like something like me. Oh. However, the rushing of the butterfly wings is enough to kind of halt Percy and make a little skittering noise.
Yeah.
And the being in this nest starts to move. You watch as these blankets sort of slough off, as its shoulders roll back. Its head just gives a sickening crack as it looks at all of you and starts snarling. As there are people in its den that it does not know.
Well, Candy is gonna say, I hope somebody can explain what all this is to me later. That's not friendly.
Just tilts its head again. Another sickening crack as its bones seem to reform and hit the ground. Claws sprouting out of its fingers, digging into the concrete floor, and it leaps forward. For my people who are not combat oriented, you will have, because you are seeing it do this, you will have a moment, if you wish, to grab this baby Magar and pull away.
Yes, I would love to have Grim help me grab baby Magar and then just get away from that, like get behind everyone and out.
Yeah. Pendleton will bring up like the rear behind that because these people are real close to tripping some things for him, so he is going to try and he doesn't know what the hell that was, but he knows a victim, and the "I woke up to chanting and pain" is not a thing he's enjoying hearing. So
Yeah.
he's going to try and protect this baby as much as he can.
Fair enough. I will say between the two of you, I'm not going to make you roll, especially since you have Grim kind of doing that herding dog thing. It is easy enough to pull her away. She's like, Siri, no, Siri, come on, wait. And you guys kind of just pull her out of the room. There is kicking,
There
there is
is-
screaming from her, but she is able to be moved.
There is also a gift from our audience.
Oh, goody.
The next critical that somebody rolls will be a messy critical.
Oh dear.
I forgot that was a thing.
Ha! Mine was
Love you,
homegrown
audience.
and organic. I didn't need help. I make my own messes.
Right.
Oh dear.
This is where the fun begins.
This is where the fun begins. All right. So, for my combat people, because we are kind of getting close to our 2.5, 3 hour mark here, we are going to use one of the rules in VTM that is called the 1 and out. I have predetermined the number of successes. The 3 combatants need to meet all together in order to have this happen. And you guys can narrate and everything how you help do this. So between Rowan, Percy, and Candy, you guys need to hit 10 successes in order to take down the white. So, we will kind of go bottom up. Candy, how are you helping take this thing down as it's leaping at you all?
Candy will, if it's trying to leap, she will try to grapple from underneath so that it's stationary for other people to also attack.
Okay. All right, so we will call this your strength and athletics, or
Brawl?
Sorry, I was like, wait, where's
Because I have
strength and
grappling.
brawl. Yes, you will get your grappling. You didn't activate like lethal body or anything like that, correct? Or potence?
I do have lethal body. I wasn't sure how that one worked with this.
It just lets you add damage to, like,
It's a
turn
free
things.
to activate passive, so
Yeah, go ahead.
then yeah, I'll have lethal body and
Yeah.
I will do my grapple.
Yeah, we'll say that you activated it in the time that y'all were in the van and getting ready.
Okay.
Because I'm a most benevolent god some days. All right. While Candy is rolling that for me, Percy, how are you helping bring this thing down?
I don't think I have much. So she will simply use her stake and try and get in a blow, most likely.
Okay.
Kind of draw on her dueling prowess. She has Daunt, but I don't know how useful Daunt is against a white. So
It'd make you not want to.
Really?
It'd
I
make
don't
you not
think
want
it
to
is.
bite you if we were doing a longer combat, but because we're trying this 1 and out,
yeah.
so
She'll just keep it simple and just, draw on her dueling experience.
cool. All right, we are at the halfway mark. We have 5 successes already, so you just need to get like a couple more here to
Nice.
help bring this thing down.
Percy. What is the pool?
You're
Is it
staking
Dex?
somebody? Yes.
Dex and something?
Dex and melee.
Dex
You
and
have
melee.
the lore sheet, correct?
I have Kindred dueling. I only have the first dot of Kindred dueling.
Oh, which I recall removes the called shot penalty.
Okay.
Cool.
Where's my melee? There's my melee. Okay, 6. All right. Yeah, you know what? It's a pretty important thing. I'll blood surge. Give myself some.
Okay.
That's 6.
Yeah.
I did go up by, so I am at hunger 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then if you get hungrier on this one, it will only count to your next roll.
Mm-hmm. I do get hungrier, but
That's fine. All right. 5 successes. Perfect. Okay. Mr. Everly, you told me what you are using. Go ahead and roll me the. It falls under the firearms rules.
Yeah, it should be like Dex and firearms.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4, 6. Yeah, that should be good.
All right, let me
You know
pop
what?
up
Why
here.
not?
Okay.
There we go.
All right, cool. Easy enough. You guys get 15 successes, so that will be enough to bring it down, and because it is a white, bring it to final death. So Candy, describe to me how you are able to pin this thing down on the ground.
Because she's using her grappling, she is going to go and grab it, but use its momentum to suplex back. So then it's pinned backwards.
Okay. Yeah.
So then that way someone else can come in and damage.
Yeah. So Percy, you watch as Candy just seems to surge out of nowhere. Her arms wrap around this creature's middle as it is mid leap and just drive it back into the ground, putting themselves in almost this perfect U and pinning it to the ground for you. Where does Percy stake it?
I mean, given that if it's pinned to the ground, so probably just go for tried and true. Try and just pin it where she would, or stake it where she would stake Kindred. Kind of go for its chest.
Yeah,
or as
easy
close
enough.
to its chest as you can reach.
Yeah, easy enough. You hear as you are running up, there's this just whoosh, 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 as there are stakes that are launched into this creature's elbow, its knees, its shoulders, keeping it pinned in place as you bring the stake up and just drive it straight through the heart. You hear the cracking of bone and muscle as the stake is shoved through. It's writhing and screaming, but it stills. The black eyes are looking up at all of you, these bloody tears streaking down its chin, the veins under its eyes black as the abyss itself, just slowly starting to attract as these burning golden eyes slowly start to take a more natural hazel color. Micah and Pendleton, you are able to herd Sarah away, but she hears this death rattling scream coming from the other room, and the wings flare out again, pushing past you all as she runs back into the room, screaming Siri's name at the top of her lungs, and just falls on to this being that is turning into a corpse before all your eyes. This young woman who never asked for any of this, who looks to be maybe 19 or 20, as you all kind of observe all this, and Siri is just doing her best to cradle her in a hug, so at least the last thing she sees is a friendly face before she goes. Sarah is just holding her close, not caring about any of the blood or viscera or anything, and just telling her friend, "It's okay. I'm here, Siri. It's okay. It's okay. Just go to sleep. It's okay. It's okay." And just kind of pressing their foreheads together as there's a final, and the body stills.
Percy is just gonna look at that and just kind of step away because she's done with what she needs to do.
That's fair. Percy, you kind
don't
of
have much empathy here, so she just kind of looks at the scene and steps away.
fair enough. Melano kind of goes nearby you, Percy, and just sort of presses against your leg off into a corner.
Candy will step next to her and won't touch, but be standing there as like, You were brave staying around as long as you did. And she obviously must have cared about you to keep herself in check as far as she did. One more day and you probably wouldn't be here.
Sarah doesn't say anything, but just tightens their hold on their friend even harder. Just kind of wraps themselves even further. These giant orange monarch butterfly-like wings cocooning the two of them. Pendleton and Micah, how are you all handling this?
It's not the first like horrible thing that Pendleton has seen. Obviously, he's been around for lots of things like this, especially he lived through many a war at this point. And he did that while mortal and saw that. So he can recognize what this person is feeling and knows that there's not anything that they can say to make them feel any better in the moment. He's just gonna kind of there is, I didn't see how they died. I'm guessing swords and things because of who is in this room.
They are actually full of stakes.
Yeah,
Okay.
like they have taken enough aggravated, especially because I know Rowan has special stakes. So,
Right.
yeah.
But Pendleton is just, I'm sure that in this area there is a stray bottle or something like that, right?
Yeah, there's like
he's
a
just
couple
gonna kind of
water bottles and whatnot.
wave his hand and lift the vitae up that's spilled and throw it into a bottle with Shape the Sangerment.
Okay.
Because he knows, and the body will come back as well, he knows that the Tremere can get things like, I don't know, if we have someone with Call the Aura's Remnant, which is an awesome power that I don't have, obviously, but just talk to this thing's memories, which will be very handy to have. So he's going to just do that to make sure that also some scene cleanup, just because it lets him focus on that and
Easy enough.
pulls the blood off of her so she's not carrying the vitae of her fallen friend on her later.
Yeah. Easy enough. Micah, what are you doing?
Micah will come up and kneel down next to on the other side of Candy, and kind of now having what's her name, Sarah, in between them, and she will just very gently put a hand on her shoulder, on her back, or wherever there's room. And she's not gonna say much or anything. She's just gonna sit there and just like let her know she's not alone in this moment. Just let her be in that, because Micah is still high enough humanity that she feels this deeply.
Yeah. As you lay your hand in the middle of Sarah's back between those wings, there's a shuddering as this person is grieving their friend, someone they cared about, someone who they went through some horrible things with. And eventually the sobs go into shuddering hiccups and eventually quiet. And she will look up at you all, and through a very hoarse voice, is there, I don't want to leave her here. Is there a place we can?
We'll take her with us.
Of course, yeah.
I am almost certain that Rowan has a body bag in that van or his bag somewhere.
Rowan actually has something a little different.
Pendleton does not want the body destroyed, because I know what other things Rowan has, because if you destroy it, that's not remnants that can be used for the ritual.
Right. Yeah, Rowan will just kind of look down.
Also, she's been through enough. We can take her friend to be laid to rest somewhere. The city failed her. We can do what's right now.
All right. I'll stay with the body. Go open the van. I've got body bags under the back seat.
Easy enough for whoever goes to get it and bring it back.
And
Percy
while they're doing
go ahead.
while they're doing that, Rowan's gonna start removing the stakes from the body. There is a care and reverence about it.
Will Sarah, if Micah attempts to like get Sarah to go with her back to the car, will she do that, or is she resisting leaving her?
Micah can try, but Sarah, it won't until Percy comes back with the body bag.
Oh yeah, I was thinking like while they're getting her in the body bag and stuff.
Okay.
Mikey will attempt to like get her back, like Sarah back to their car so they can get the body in the bag and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Once Percy comes back, which Percy, as you're doing this, Delilah will see you grabbing that and go, I'll bring the car closer. And wait for you to kind of scuttle in, Percy, and then make their way to where this car wash is and kind of back up the van so it is a little bit easier for you all to do this quickly. But yeah, Micah, once Percy comes back with the body bag, Sarah will kind of be led off and get into the van and just kind of wrap their wings around themselves and hunker in a corner, not saying much. They are clearly exhausted.
I think Grim is gonna sit like right in front of her, like pushing the weight kind of up against her, like kind of comforting, and then like his head on her lap and just kind of try and give her a little bit of pressure, trying to help the way he can. And Mike is gonna sit next to her, just kind of gently rubbing her back.
Yeah, easy enough. There's a little part in the wings as the hand comes out and goes scritch, scritch, scritch. The rest of you, are you guys helping Rowan kind of get the body in the body bag or getting in the... Okay.
Pendleton's going to kind of look around the safe haven, just see if there's anything else here. Because he's not terribly good at the physical part, but if he notices anything here, or if there's any keepsakes or things of these two girls that he wants to pick up to make sure that they come with us as well.
Sure. You can, if you're kind of like digging through everything, you're clearly going through this, give me a resolve an investigation. Percy, if you want to join him in this, you can, or you can lend him an assist die, whoever has like the bigger pool and what have you.
Percy's good at investigating.
Okay.
She's got 3 investigation, only 2 wits, so her pool would be 5.
Yeah, mine is 5, but it's the other way. I've got slightly more.
I mean, Percy would be willing to, like, if we just both of them just want to, because if Pendleton is looking more for like us our personal items, Percy can look more for like clues and other bits of information.
Sure, we'll call it. Yeah, we'll go that way then. So yeah, let me get this open here. Bounce back and forth. I need like 5 screens just so I can look at everything.
Oops. 4 successes.
I went up.
Okay. 4 successes. Pendleton, as you're kind of searching around here, you're able to find what looks to be another journal, a couple of University of Philly's sweatshirts, some like band t-shirts. You're kind of guessing these were their clothes that they managed to get back from their escape. There's also a picture of the two of them in a hospital wearing the hospital gown, sitting in what looked to be those chemotherapy chairs, just kind of doing a little peace sign.
Yeah, he'll gather those stuff up and tuck them away real carefully.
Percy, for your 2 successes, you're not able to find much on, like, where they came from before or what have you. There is an article that lists something about an explosion near the University of Philly hospital, but it seemed to be like an old construction site that somebody didn't store a propane tank properly. But
Yeah.
it's kind of suspicious, given the timing. You notice is about the same time they would have escaped, essentially.
And Percy will take it. It's
Okay.
information.
It's information. All right. Candy, I take it you're kind of helping Rowan get the body bag into the car. Okay.
Yeah, they're the think tanks. I'm the brawn. I'm going to help with the cleanup and all that stuff.
Yeah. It is easy enough between you and Rowan to very reverently and carefully get this, get Siri into the van. And, everybody eventually gets loaded up. Delilah doesn't say much, but is driving carefully back towards y'all's Coterie haven at the bookstore, Books of Plenty. I take it, is it a ride spent mostly in silence, or are you all just, is there any talking, basically?
I think Pendleton's fairly quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So is Candy.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, Mike is just focusing on Sarah.
Okay. Yeah.
And Percy just kind of goes back to watching out the windows.
Yeah, fair enough. Sarah is still kind of tucked in that corner, but is still scooted themselves to be close enough to the body bag. Rowan, I take it, is typing away on his cyber deck, writing up a report or something. Okay. Easy enough. Yeah. The 45 minutes back to Books of Plenty is spent in silence and contemplation. All of you are seeing the result of a city that has been, until very recently, at some sort of war. That there are people that slip through the cracks, and unfortunately sometimes you're able to help, but not in the way you wanted. There is a cost in saving somebody, and unfortunately you weren't able to save both of them. After about 45 minutes, Sarah will pull into what looks to is a modified kind of garage that is attached to Books of Plenty, backing it in so it will be easy for everybody to kind of just get out the back doors. Your Coterie shadow will be standing in the garage. They don't look upset. If anything, you guys could roll me a wits and insight if you wanted to get a sense of their mood.
That is not Percy's strong suit.
You don't have to.
Is it wits
Candy's
and
more
insight?
Wits and insight, if you have body language or profiling, I'll allow those. Ooh. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
2, 1. Candy, are you rolling at all, or just kind of
No,
Okay.
she's not. She wouldn't be paying attention to that at all.
That's fair. With the one Pendleton, it seems Cyrene is unreadable other than a bit of concern on their face. For Micah and Percy, there's almost this subtle gaze at Rowan. It's hard to read what's said there, and I'll drop that to Einar in a little bit. But there's clearly something going on, and she puts on a smile and looks at y'all. All right. Well, y'all made it back safe. That's good. She'll kind of gesture to Sarah, who's like hovering very closely to Micah and Pendleton. Brought a friend.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, where Pendleton's kind of at. He's just a little lost at the moment, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Sarah, the one we've been looking for. I think she needs a moment. It's been a lot for her.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Cyrene kind of gives you all a look. Let me roll something here. There we go. Boop. Yeah, she would. Yeah, she would. Give me 1 second, because I should have rolled this earlier, but I didn't. Okay. Yep. Okay. Are any of you like attempting to mask what you're feeling? Or no? Okay.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Okay. Percy, are you attempting to mask or?
I mean, she's just trying to look that cold Ventru, so
Okay. That's fair.
probably not like actively trying to.
Fair enough. Okay. Cyrene kind of looks at all of you, and for storyteller, I assume everybody is pretty shaken up. Yeah. Okay. And she just kind of gives you all a smile, and will be like, well, all right. I made sure while I was waiting, there's had a lot of time on my hands, so if y'all don't want to go home tonight, extra warm blankets downstairs and everything. My door's open too. And she'll look over at Sarah. Come here, sugar. And we'll hold out a hand. And it takes Sarah a moment, but she takes it. And Cyrene will squeeze it. You can stay here, or you can come home with me. We'll figure it out once we get inside. But you look like you could use a warm shower. And she'll kind of look at everybody and nod. You done good today. May not feel like it, but I'm proud of all of you. She'll give you a nod and we'll head inside. You would hear the sounds of very soft rain mixed with lo-fi playing throughout the haven. If you guys do end up staying, there would be a couple, like there's a little fireplace area that has a gas fire going, with some warm blankets, fuzzy chairs and whatnot, just giving you all the space to process as you need. There's a little sign that reads office hours with an arrow if you wish to talk to your shadow after. But as we're kind of wrapping up here, where does everybody go for the night, and how are you all handling it?
Pendleton, I think, is staying here at the Haven. We will duck out at some point later for things, but for the moment, staying.
Okay. Yeah. There is, yeah, so you're staying. Okay. Cool. All right. What else is everybody doing?
Candy will likely shoot off a message to, her ghoul companion that, she's staying out for the night. And to make sure that they're setting up the gym and everything. And then possibly just leave like a message to Mama Helen. Be like, this city is no joke. Just leave it something like that.
Yeah, fair enough. We can set up those text channels. Micah, what are you doing? Are you staying here? Are you going home or?
I think if Sarah and or Sirene allows it, Mike is gonna stay near Sarah and just help her settle in and just get her as comfortable as she can. This kind of ties into the whole passionate aspect of the resonance. She is not gonna leave this. She's gonna follow it as closely to the door as she can and basically be that safe anchor for now, as much as she can be for Sarah. Because this kind of reminded her of her own sire and like how she felt about like the suddenly just not having her anymore. So yeah, she really is empathetic about this and is feeling this a lot.
Yeah. It is easy enough. Sarah does not protest, neither does Sirene. You're allowed to stay close, and Sarah doesn't say much, but is grateful that someone is there. Percy, last one. Are you staying the night at the Haven, or are you going back to your own to kind of contemplate everything?
I think she would go back to Demeter's Haven.
Okay.
I mean, she doesn't. Okay, she doesn't. She's pretty low humanity. She doesn't have a whole lot of empathy for Sarah herself. She's just kind of like, that happened. But I think seeing Sarah, being a white, which she used to hunt with Hades, and seeing Sarah hugging the body kind of brought some memories back for her. So it's kind of still contemplating, once again, contemplating Hades and stuff. She just figures she's just gonna go back to Demeter.
Fair enough. Sirene makes sure that you have arrived. They will put a little box in your hand. And she does this for the rest of the coterie too. There are the box would contain like little pouches of tea that is blood tea. They have kind of figured out that Tremere way to do it, but there is tea for everybody. And kind of as the night is passed in silent contemplation, those who stay at the coterie would eventually hear at some point the sound of soft footsteps and see Sirene kind of go into a little area that just has a simple table. It is covered in multiple candles of varying colors. There is a dark royal blue one. There is a purple one. Just a menagerie of candles. And they will pick one up off of the floor that is a bright sunshine yellow and look to be carving something underneath before using a flame from another candle to light it, and just very gently touching the table, and will walk away, leaving a remembrance of this child who was forgotten. And I think that is where the camera will end on tonight's session of the Mystery Machine Coterie, The Lost Ones. I'm going to do one quick final check-in with my players here. I know that was a little rough there at the emotional end, from going to sticky to sad. So how are we doing, gang? Good job. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Good, good, good. All right. And then
Blue.
that's fair. I think we're all feeling a little blue here. So, thank you so much to everybody who watched and joined in and saw our mystery machine start to investigate what's been going on in the city. I'm going to go around and have our wonderful players introduce themselves. I'm going to start with Ink first, and then they get to popcorn to whoever they wish.
Hi, I'm Ink or Cowboy Ink with 2 V's, pretty much anywhere. If you put that username in and I come up, that's a social media I'm on. If it doesn't come up, I'm not there.
Popcorn too.
I mean, Candy is unmuted. Salty's unmuted.
Yes, I
That's
am.
fair.
So I play Candy. I am Saltiest Unicorns, and I'm sometimes on TikTok. Pretty much nowhere else, and that's like maybe. Yeah, that's where you're gonna find me if ever, and I will popcorn it up to Pendleton.
Yeah, I am Dapper Zombie. Anywhere you want to find me on the internet that I want you to find me, that's the name I'm under. I
I'm trying to
have,
model your shirt. It's not working.
yeah. I had the pleasure of stepping into Pendleton's shoes again here in Philly as he comes back to the city he grew up in and is trying to figure out what happened. But yeah, I'm around so many places for vampire things. I was on Darkest Domain last night. I'm here today. Tonight I'll be over on No Save Rolls. So if you like my particular brand of vampire nonsense, there's plenty of opportunities for that. And that leaves us our lovely gangrel friend, Mika.
Hello, I am Hannah. Don't find me. I'm Danish. That's interesting. Hello.
Hello. All right. I could say the one little bit of Danish I know. Mein Hille Fennick, aka my name is Fennick. I am the storyteller here for the Mystery Machine Coterie. You can also find me SPCing at other tables here. I also help out with No Safe Roles as their community manager, and I do a couple of podcasts through Pseudonym Social. I'm gonna yeet it over to the man in the big chair who does all of our producing stuff, the guy who kind of pulled us all together here and lets me be crazy enough to throw a baby Magar fledgling in white at my table.
Hello, all. I am Einar. You can find me most anywhere at Einar_TTRPG. You can find me on Blue Sky at Instar's Orbit. I am the lead storyteller here for Philly by Night. I also run the New Guard table and occasionally help out with our newest baby table, Sireless Behavior. You will find me at many a table, and occasionally you might even see me guest starring in other streams here. I will occasionally appear on Basics of the Game's 7th Sea streams, so feel free to look around, explore the space, check us out. Who knows where you might see us.
Yeah. Again, thank you everybody for watching. You can find Philly stuff at most everything at Philly by Night or Philadelphia by Night. You can find me at the Fennec Wolf on just about everything. Again, thank you so much for coming. And remember, just because we play these games and play monsters doesn't mean we can't be the light in somebody's life. Thank you so much for coming in. Take care of yourselves. Be safe.